So welcome to the LinkedIn Growth Workshop for Interpreters. It's really great that you are here, and I know marketing can feel totally overwhelming for freelancers, and especially in our fields. We are focused on what we love, interpreting the skill, practice, practice, practice. But yeah, marketing is a big thing actually and is totally necessary. So trust me, I've been there. And today I will show you how to make LinkedIn your best friend. And yes, even make marketing feel fun. So I'm Sarah Thiemann. I'm a freelance conference interpreter for German and English, a business coach for interpreters, and the founder of this wonderful community, the Terps Practice Network, the global community of positivity, mutual support, and non-competition. Right now I will start sharing some slides. Let's see whether that all works. Sorry. So here. It's loading. 1 second, please. There it is. Okay. All right. Can you see the slide? LinkedIn growth for interpreters. I cannot see you guys anymore. But I think you can, right?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. Just making sure the technology here works. No gremlins. All right. So this is what we will talk about. Attract clients and build your freelance dream. And just to maybe do some expectation management. By a freelance dream, I don't necessarily mean become rich or become rich quick or anything. I mean how you feel the majority of the time in your everyday life, or what the ideal everyday life is for you. Yeah. So just to have some expectation management here. And don't miss the end. I have a surprise for you. I have something to tell you at the end. So just a little reminder. And then, so does anything like this here sound familiar? Have you ever had these thoughts? Like, is this really it? Will I still be hustling, interpreting gig to interpreting gig for the next 20, 30 years? Worried in the dry spells, totally overworked in the rush times. Well, next, I can't even take a holiday. What if I miss a big gig? Has anybody been there? Raise your hand. I certainly have, like, friends, family, they want to plan things. I'm like, I don't know, I cannot, then there comes a great day and I miss like as much as the holiday cost, so really, really terrible. And this isn't the freedom that I wanted when I went freelance. Another year gone and I still haven't made the progress I wanted, maybe collecting so and so many days for the professional body or what have you. It feels like there's no time for anything outside work once there is the rush hour, or doing translation work and other things next to interpreting. And even if we don't have gigs now, we're always busy and working, working, working. So this is usually how our nature is, as far as I have experience. And why am I still saying yes to clients who don't value my worth? All of this price dumping. Why is it happening to me? Why do I seem to attract either no clients or bad clients, that stress me out? I know my worth, but I keep accepting low rates, stressful projects, or demanding clients just to fill my calendar, and feel a bit like when you hear other interpreters saying how great they are and how filled their calendar is, to not feel as small as I usually am. So if anything like this sounds familiar, trust me, I've been there. And today we will master it, get you out of this by taking action and taking control of your mindset. So let me just double check something here. Oh yeah. So just to give you an example, maybe when I was in my master's degree studying at university in the UK, by the way, I remember how our lecturers, they meant really well and they wanted to prepare us for the real life freelancing. And they did say something along the lines, well, if you want to start freelance right away after university, be prepared that it won't work, or you have some savings and it's fine, or you have a partner that supports you financially. Other than that, be prepared to take on a side job, like work, I don't know, in the supermarket, a car rental, or what have you, just to make ends meet, to fulfill your dream, build up, a pile of clients over time and so on. And I was sitting there, I'm like, no, no, come on, that's not possible. I didn't do all of this, the young person's dream, naive thing, like, no, I'm gonna go freelance right away. And I did. And it was really the best decision ever. So sometimes really, you just need to trust your gut and not listen to advice that's given to you. And we will dive deeper into this in a bit. This is all to encourage you, to live the life that you want, because this is also what it means, setting boundaries, taking decisions that you are aligned with. So, and hey, today we are talking about a real way out of this cycle. So what will you learn today? I will share practical LinkedIn strategies to help you attract fantastic clients, build genuine connections, feel confident marketing yourself in a way that feels authentic and fun. So also this, the game, the goal is to make this a habit of yours, so that this is part of your, everyday life that you enjoy. And we will let you know, also we will find out how to do this also without overwhelm and integrate it. And again, freelancers, we are the master of our time management. So we have to manage our time ourselves, and we control how much time we spend on what, right? We will come to this. And then what the next step is. So you will get away here with real action steps. We will and today in more detail, we will perfect your profile. This is one of the activities, so be prepared already. You can already maybe think about whether you have a photo handy or how you want the back image to look if you don't have anything yet. If you don't know what the back image is, the cover image, I will show you, don't worry. Headline, your profile, the first appearance, we will work on this today. How to create engaging LinkedIn content, what to post, what to say, and how to make network easy and not salesy or needy. And then, you take action steps. Okay, before we get into this, let me tell you a bit about my journey so that you know also whom you are speaking with. So I've always believed in lifelong learning, in living fully, and in building a life that doesn't fit in one box or depend on a single job title. So like many of us, and many things like an interpreter, a freedom seeker. I really learned this about myself. Freedom is such a big value of mine. And I'm the interpreter's business coach. But this wasn't always the way. So I started out as a good girl, straight A student in school, always ticking every box laid out for me. By 19, I was in med school. I thought this was my dream, wanting something completely different. Also nobody in my family has ever been in medicine. I wanted to be the one that's different. So I already wanted to stand out, have an extraordinary life, but I was still shaped in a way that I still wanted security, safety, and something that my parents would approve of and so on, right? So medicine, but then also not just medicine. No, it had to be more, right? It had to be through the German army. I really wanted to do, in my view, it was something special. Afterwards, I learned that it's just as bureaucratic and like anything else, like an employed job or even more. So supposedly it was a perfect path, safe and recognized by society. But despite hitting all the right milestones, I couldn't understand why I was so unhappy. Maybe if I have ever had a similar feeling, like you feel like you should be happy. The world is falling apart already back then, by the way. And you think, well, I should be so grateful with what I have. I should not complain. I got into this school, blah, blah, blah. But somehow it doesn't feel right and you are deeply unhappy. And then you feel guilty about it and so on. So all of the cycles, I know. But by society standards, I should have felt secure, accomplished, right? But somehow my soul was screaming for something else. And this disconnect led me really to a breakdown, you can say, at 21. It was a wake up call that I wasn't following my real dream. I had always been into languages, communication, originally journalism, and so on. But I had thought it's not cool enough. It's not successful enough. I cannot become successful in this. Everybody who's not smart with with a grade point average can study it or whatever. So totally ego reasons. And yeah, shortly after, however, although this was the point when I decided, okay, I drop out of medical school, no matter what society thinks, anybody. And this was the best decision ever. And yeah, but nevertheless, there was more in my family life. I lost my mother at the same time. So you don't believe, like when you think you hit one leap of faith, another one comes. So I lost my mother. I have a brother with paranoid schizophrenia. I was really like, what's going on life, you know? But after this dropout of medical school, I tell you, it was also giving me strength. I thought like, hey, come on, life, you know? Anything else you can give me, I will handle it, you know? So it was a time of deep heartbreak, but it also ignited this new promise to myself, as I mentioned, to never settle. You don't have anything to lose. The worst thing that could happen had already happened to me. So I was like, okay, you know, I seek freedom. I live life on my own terms. So I started from scratch, returning to what I loved most, languages. And I also studied English, although everybody already back in school said English will totally die out, you know. Yeah, it's not the case, as we know. So this was my bachelor's degrees, and then I decided, okay, I want to become an interpreter and a career that offered freedom, but also then I noticed it came with its own challenges. So it's also one thing to learn. So it doesn't mean if you decided like, okay, now that's it. That doesn't mean in that part there are no challenges or it's not bureaucratic or no hurdles or no people that drain your energy and so on. It is there as well. It's just, you know, you have the strength to handle it, to overcome it, to think it's easier now, and to still make it kind of fun and loving for yourself. Because in interpreting, we know many challenges, I'm sure. We know the Shark Tank mentality, the gossip, colleagues undercutting you, and even stealing gigs. Also here, I ran into many pitfalls, being the naive blonde girl, asking like, "Oh, I want to." I want to work in multiple countries even. It's like, no, you have to have one city only, one headquarters. I'm like, oh. So those so many pitfalls fallen in, but I was like, okay, but no, it's I'm gonna stick to this career path, and it's freelance. It's freelance has the word free in it, so really I'm going down this way. And yeah, then nevertheless, other challenges are endless hustle, trading time for money, like we mentioned before, fearing to take a holiday and so on, lost income, missed opportunities, price dumping, stressful clients. So here it's actually two things, right? The stress with clients you can have and the stress with colleagues. I don't know how any of you are. I was actually, there was a time where I was more afraid of colleagues than clients. And afraid is really the right word. like, like when there was like a conference, I was super excited to have a conference, like, yay, you know. But then it's like, oh, but with whom will I sit in the booth? You know, it's like really. But the culture has been changing, and this is great, more through positivity, mutual support, and non-competition. So yeah, I realized that whether in a 9 to 5 job or freelancing, security isn't guaranteed. Technology appears, and people say English is not needed, or now with AI, you know, it's things are reshaping, but you know, it doesn't mean that you are not needed. You are worthy, you are valuable, and follow your dreams. When you follow your dreams, things will fall into place. So I began reframing my approach from seeing myself not just as an interpreter, but you know, now I have become an entrepreneur. But this is a new thing. Like for many years, I really was this freelancer, interpreter, like this identification. And maybe you're also saying I am. When you say I am, then you identify with it, right? Um, and this is really so powerful. So this is your mindset again. So we come to this. So because you're programming also your mind like with I am. So and then you can use this as a tool, like now maybe expanding it, you know, you're an entrepreneur because this opens up more that you allow yourself now, for example, here LinkedIn marketing, you know, because maybe as I'm an interpreter, there's no marketing involved, no client acquisition, right? But we need clients. So an entrepreneur opening up. Okay. So today I'm 37 and I'm here to help you do the same, to help you create a freelance business, attracting dream clients and a life that offers not just financial stability, but also joy, balance, and the freedom to live on your own terms. And why LinkedIn now? As interpreters, much of our work happens behind the scenes, right? We need to prepare and find the gig, talk to the colleague again for preparation, and so on. And LinkedIn is where you bring your skills to the spotlight. So here's why LinkedIn is a game changer. It can boost your it does boost your visibility in the interpreting world, shows you to potential clients. It positions yourself as an expert. this is actually what LinkedIn is. It's an expert network. So you are really in the good place there. You connect with clients and industry professionals. That means networking also, so you can avoid cold calls here. To be honest, I like cold calls. I also teach this in my coaching because this is how I got actually my regular clients. That as most of them are still with me today. And then, after I had them already, I started on LinkedIn and other channels I will tell you about. But yeah, with LinkedIn, okay, if you're totally afraid, then LinkedIn is your place. No cold calls here. It lets you build warm and genuine connections with decision makers who need your services. So imagine clients reaching out to you because they have seen your expertise. That's the power of LinkedIn. And it happened to me. Actually, my first job, like after all of this road that I told you, so then my bachelor's degree, master's degree, and then going freelance right away, despite what the lecturers recommended. And what happened was I still had an old profile. Okay, it wasn't LinkedIn, it was like the German equivalent. It's a platform called Xing. It was back then, like it, and still is, only for the German market, but LinkedIn has kind of taken over now. But yeah, and just because I had a profile there and had posted something before, like here and there, a company contacted me from my hometown or a town next to my hometown, so it's all very close, very together. And they needed a freelance language expert for 3 months, but especially specifically on a freelance basis. So this was like, wow, the best start into freelancing ever. And just thanks to having a profile. So this is called attraction marketing, pull marketing, because this way I pulled a client. They reached out to me because they saw me. Attraction. So you don't even have to do anything. Also, don't take it literal, yeah. Don't quote me on that. But you have to, of course, be active and create content. We come to this, but you know what I mean. They reach out to you, so you don't feel salesy, you don't feel needy, because you are already in this conversation about what's the job, negotiation of the price, etc. Right? So this is what the power of LinkedIn is with attraction marketing, pull marketing. There's also the push marketing. We will come to that. So, but okay, let's get going here. Profile perfection. Let's optimize your profile together. So we update your profile photo, should be friendly and professional. I guess, is there any, I cannot see you. Is there any, I cannot see all of you, I can see some. Is there anybody who doesn't have a profile picture yet? If you want to out yourself, write it in the chat. If not, it's totally fine too. Just think of where you can have something on your computer that you can use. It should be professional and friendly looking. Then we create a LinkedIn banner with Canva. I will give you the Canva address. It's canva.com. You can use the free version, absolutely fine. If you don't know it yet, it's a great design site for creating posts. And we craft a headline that sells. So what you do, who you help, how you help them. So this is an activity we do. But before we do this, I want you to do the following. So keep this in mind already, so you're prepared for what you have to do on LinkedIn. But here we come to the mindset part. I want you to take 5 minutes to complete this personality test. Your 16 personalities. Go onto this website. Let me actually share it in the chat. Because it kind of gives you like a rough idea of certain areas of your personality that you can then make use of afterwards for your content marketing, because you understand yourself a bit better. Maybe certain things, have not worked, but you have seen other people doing it, but for you somehow it doesn't work, and this will give you some clarity. So now go onto this link. Let me know whether it works or whether it doesn't work. And I give you 5 minutes. I set the timer to answer the questions. And get yourself the result from it. and get it sent to you. Save it for later so you have it. Let me also open it here on my other so I can do it with you. It's working cool. Thank you. So take the test. I think you can even do it without creating a free account. All right, I give you 5 minutes. I will mute myself and set the timer. Just turned on some music for the background. All right, the 5 minutes are over. Judy, please. Yeah. You raised your hand? Judy? Or was it by accident? Oh, she's very concentrated, or? Michael, can you hear me? Am I muted?
Yes, I can
Oh,
hear
yeah,
you.
okay, good. Just checking here, technology again, who knows?
I think we're all still busy with
Okay, good, yeah. Continue.
stuff.
And give you a few more minutes.
That's quite a lot here, and you have to choose your answer quickly, so not to think too long.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. Do it spontaneously. Trust your gut feeling. All right, the music is off. Is there anybody already finished? Okay, yeah, first people are finished. Sonia, yeah, great. Judy, Judy, you raised your hand. Did you want to say something?
Yes. For when you was talking about LinkedIn, I already kind of have it, and I want to ask if it's worth it to get a paid version.
We will come to this after the presentation, if that's okay. Yeah, I prepared for this
okay.
question.
I don't want to do a spoiler.
So, all right, okay. I think if you're ready, then
I'm almost done. Oh, 82%.
yeah, let me just show you. You can, everybody who, of course, who's not finished yet, continues, please, of course. And just now to give you an example, roughly, I mean, this is really quick now, I understand, and we're already way over time, so it will probably stay last longer than 1 hour. But just to give you now an example of what it means, how you could adjust your content now to make it easier for you with your personality type. Let me show you. Share my screen. All right, okay. So here this is our good friend AI here. So I asked it to give me an example of 2 different personality types and how the content on LinkedIn might be different to adjust it. And remember, the purpose here is that you understand yourself better, how you tick, and then make the content or ideas come more easily to you, yeah? So this is not like a rigid, strict, like again, another framework that you have to do. No, this is to help you understand yourself a bit better and why maybe certain things don't really work, or you have this inner blockage or whatever, it might become clearer. So for example, here's the personality type 1, the campaigner, and here's an example LinkedIn post. So this type of person is enthusiastic, creative, and great at connecting with others. And the other example that it took here is the logician, innovative and analytical and focused on finding practical solutions. And of course, this is all like, the potential you got. Of course, this is like a free version. We're answering questions. We're totally aware of this. So, take it for what works well with you, what resonates, and leave what doesn't resonate with you, of course. But it's really already if it helps you a tiny bit already, it's already better than nothing, right? So, and if it makes it easier, do it. So,
Sarah, can have it to pay €9 to get the results, or can we?
you can get them for
download it?
free, actually. Maybe you have to
Okay.
give you probably have to give your email,
Okay.
and then they send it to you by email. But
No, it
I
says
did it
for
for
the
free.
full result, for the details about relationship, etc.
Okay,
You
yeah.
need to pay $9 or 9
Okay,
euros. I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
For us, the free
But
version is enough. I mean,
Or you can make screenshots, a lot of
yeah,
screenshots.
exactly. Yeah,
As a
absolutely.
tip.
Yeah. No, for this purpose, of course, the free version is enough. Just like with Canva, the free version is enough. So just to give you an example here, so how a post for the same thing could be different depending on your personality type, what resonates more with you, because one is more enthusiastic, creative, or this is the bigger potential here, and the other one has a bigger potential for being innovative, analytical, and focused, yeah? So one post style here for the campaigner is rather storytelling, personal connection, inspiration. That means that this comes more easily to you rather than the other one, for example, educational, analytical, and so on. Here, this might feel cumbersome for you. Oh my gosh, what educational posts shall I do? Whereas storytelling comes easily to you. You know what I'm trying to get at? This is what this is for, for you to learn what comes easily to you and work with that. So you don't have this resistance to do anything marketing-wise. Okay, this is just an example here. You can read it, take a minute, and then we will move further to actually optimizing your profile. You see it's more analytical here, the logician. Let me highlight it. This is the different personality types to find it easier. Yeah, here this is more storytelling, you can tell, creative, and this is more like facts, value, educational. Just to give you an example. Here creates an emotional connection for the campaigner, and here practical value for the logical person. Let me say it easier to pronounce. All right. Okay, just let it sink in. If you've never heard of it before, maybe you need some time to digest it, but come back to it later. You have the website now. You can do the test again, take the test again, of course, whenever you like, if you like, and deal with this topic a bit more. This was also like to get you in touch with this and start your brain to think about it, All right, let me see what's next on the agenda. Yeah, your profile now. Each of you can open their LinkedIn profile now. And let me just see. So check whether you have a profile photo, whether it's professional. It doesn't necessarily have to be with a headset or in the booth. It can also be a professional looking photo, just like that. It should not, the thing with LinkedIn is it's not Instagram in the sense that it shouldn't be a photo at the beach or anything, I guess, it's what I'm trying to say. However, LinkedIn is not as strict or rigid as it used to maybe either, so it is becoming more creative and more open and so on. But still, always just keep in mind it's a professional network, and you're an interpreter. And what kind of a profile photo would you like to represent yourself? And maybe some things that are given. Your face should be visible. So the full body on LinkedIn is a bit too small because it's not recognizable. It's too small just in the profile size that it's shown. Let me actually share my screen again. 1 second. Here I have an example. So, for example, my profile. By the way, I'm totally maybe a bit neurotic here, but I've Googled a bit like, am I allowed to share LinkedIn and a presentation and so on regarding data protection and so on. I'm German in Germany, data protection, big deal. So if I shared the LinkedIn website now, there would be other people, other names shown, So this is why I don't do it just to, do everything correct, I guess. But this is a screenshot of my profile, and this is the profile photo here. You see like my face is visible. This is most important, that people can actually recognize you. And similar maybe to a dating app, it should not be a photo where you looked completely different than you look today, for in-person assignments. I guess it would just be a bit weird, but maybe, or when you were 20 and now you are 60 or something, like what you look like today. For me also, like I'm thinking, oh gosh, now I need to keep this hairstyle because when I change my hairstyle again, I need another professional photo again, right? So those kind of things. But then, okay, it would not be that bad, but and also it's also perfectionistic. But just as a rule of thumb, your face should be visible, and you can see now like a full body would just be too small here. And this is the banner for those of you that didn't know what I meant by it. So this is also what you can edit here. You see this little edit pen here. So and click on it. And for this, actually, I want to give you now 10 minutes in LinkedIn rooms, in breakout rooms with 2 or other interpreters from here as well. So you can, work on your profile. Go on Canva. Here I show you, I give you the website. Again, free version. Create, an image, for here. It's one of those longitudinal ones. And yeah, or maybe, also in the free version, this is what I can show actually, I think. But it's also already running over time. Who doesn't know Canva yet at all? Let me just see. Anybody who's totally new to Canva, or are you aware of it? Yeah, you're aware of it. Okay, then just check it. Then go in there, take a longitudinal, like cover photo, I think it's called, or something with cover. Maybe, or you can even type in LinkedIn and find a photo from the stock in there. You can choose from stock photos. You can use them. That's what they're there for, also from the free version. If it's a pro photo, then it will have a watermark. Don't use it. That's as easy as that. For those of you that already have one, cool, discuss it with the colleague you will be in the breakout room. And then just one more task, because we do 2 things at the same time now, the headline here. That's a headline. So first of all, here should be your full name, of course. And this is the headline. And you see, I used all of the space I got. And this was a bit counterintuitive to me, but I learned it recently as well, that, you should actually use all of the spaces.
Sarah, you don't show your screen.
Oh, thank you. Gosh.
Yeah, you have to show it. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
this happens when you're busy. I know.
I'm like, yeah, there. Okay, here.
Yeah, now we see the screen. Yeah.
You see my hair
Yeah.
now, my haircut. Okay, anyhow. All right, so this is the headline here. There, use all of the spaces, and here you can also make yourself stand out. And I know, but how do I stand out? There are so many with the same language combination. So I know it. I totally know it. But you are your unique selling proposition or point, because your personality, and I noticed it myself now when I, message with interpreters on LinkedIn, and because you really only see like the photo in the messaging, window and the little headline. And already I have something more to say or have a conversation about if it doesn't only say interpreter for German and English, but also some more information, even if it's like Although in the best case, it would be your niche, of course, your specialization. If you don't have a specialization yet, then still think of something, maybe a hobby that can be relevant or that has something about your personality, you know, because then this is like a touch point for conversation of people. Because what can I ask? Same thing. What can I ask? How can I start a conversation with somebody? Oh, you also have German and English, you know. But when I know already a little bit more, you know, it's a better conversation starter as well. So again, you make it easier for the client again, also to reach out to you. Let me just check whether I had anything else in my notes about the headline that I forgot about now.
Maybe the possibility to record your voice.
Oh yeah,
But
yes.
it does only work when I don't find this function any longer. Now I have to open my contact info, and there find a small speaker symbol where I made the recording, and then I can do it. But I don't find it on the main screen, so that's very strange.
That's true. I know about this, but to be honest, I haven't prepared for it now. I would need to search it as well. But I know it's
why
possible.
don't think bigger to do a video?
Yeah, they do have
Yeah.
also I think
Yeah.
half a minute of a video, but video is difficult because you have to do a lot of stuff for the backgrounds, the lighting, and maybe it's not so yeah, maybe it's not so sympathetic when or it's not so you don't come good over a photo, and only the voice is also about emotions. I think it's easier. It's like having you know, maybe when you have a job offer and your your name is let's say an Arabic name, then in Germany or the Netherlands you would have less chance to get the job because of your first name. And when it was a Dutch or German name, then they would choose you. Some stupid stuff like this, and this can happen to you also when they see maybe a video where you move maybe a little bit strange, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do
Well,
it.
yeah, maybe also now, so I will put you into breakout rooms. Maybe you have time to check out and find it, the feature. That's really interesting. And otherwise,
Okay.
take care of your photo now, banner and headline. Yeah. If you already have it, great, then you can exchange. Should I change anything? Also, again, there's no harm. You can always change it every 6 weeks or whatever, you know. It's your profile. It's like your storefront. You can do what you want there, yeah. And also, if you feel overwhelmed, oh, I need to record myself on voice or video, no. If it's overwhelming, stop yourself, take a break, remember your personality type, you know, go back to that and, you know, allow yourself some grace and then do it later. I don't have a voice on my profile and it's fine, you know. So just to always help you, like to not be overwhelmed and just do, you know, one step at a time. All right, okay, I will create the breakout rooms, 10 minutes, and see you in 10 minutes. I will get you back. You don't need to do anything. I will click the buttons here. Enjoy. Is everything clear? Any questions? Okay, great. Enjoy. All right, welcome back for the first ones of you. So feel free to share your headline that you created or had already in the chat. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Also, for everybody else coming in now, feel free to share your headline in the chat with us. What is your LinkedIn headline? What have you come up with? Let us know. If you already had one, great. Let us know as well. What is it still?
Yeah, I already had it, but tomorrow I will check it if there's anything to update just to make it
Okay, cool, cool.
I
up to
also
date.
have one, so I didn't really update anything.
All right, okay. Share it
I
nevertheless
had a
in the
headline,
chat.
but I
Mhm.
made a new banner, which is pretty
Great.
simple, but I'm happy about it.
Yeah, simple. Sometimes less is more, you know. So that's great. All right, then let's continue. Because what comes after the headline? Okay, we have done this now. This is just an example here. Freelance conference interpreter, helping companies deliver multilingual events, or remote interpreter. It's a bit of a specialization already. But okay, you know, I'm also have an eye on the time. So let's continue with the about section. Is everybody happy with the about section here? Or would you like to improve that and update it?
Maybe
Definitely
yes,
improve
improve it.
Yeah. Okay. So, and here also does what helps really with this is AI, if you will. Does everybody have ChatGPT or another Claude or whatever, any AI program? The free version again, totally fine. Everybody has something, yeah? If not, again, because then I will send you quickly into breakout rooms again. You can create a free AI account, because what you can do is you chuck, you know, your keywords and your sentence roughly, like the rough wording or whatever, into, let's say now, ChatGPT, and you can say, you know, create my about section for LinkedIn, be professional, have a professional tone of voice. And then you can, again, read it. If you're happy with it, fine. If not, if it's like too stiff, you can say, make it slightly more informal, or I'm the personality type. You can tell it, you know, logic or whatever it was, campaigner, and adapt it to that. You know, use this tone of voice, but still present a professional, you know, act as a marketing expert. And what needs to be in the about section is start with who you are, highlight who you help. You can see my screen now, right? Michael? My screen is sharing, yeah? Okay,
Yes.
good. Yeah, just making sure again, because I'm
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. And explain how you help them, your services and strengths. And again, here you can stand out with your personality. This is also what the personality test should help you with. You know, be brave, say something about yourself, that you are, you know, outgoing, extrovert or introvert, you know, whatever, you know, say something about yourself. And with a call to action, like invite them to connect, message you, or visit your website, what have you. Yeah, and the pro tip is add a personal touch. Clients love working with real humans, not just resumes. And it's like with everything. People, you know, work with people, buy from people, and this is also how you maintain the clients afterward. It is the relationship, and for this, it is that they need to know you. This is my about section, and I already see a mistake there. So again, you can always update it every so often. You can do it. Just to give you an example here, and again, like here, you can use the entire space, but use bullet points or spaces, paragraphs, so that it's readable. So, you know, and shorter sentences, like one sentence should not be too long and subordinate and so on. But while still being able to use the full space, right? I hope you know how I mean it. Yeah, like this, I use the full space, but it's readable, bullet points, and so on. And that's that, I think. Let me just double check again. So again, for this, it's an activity for you to help you. Again, I will put you into breakout rooms quickly. I think again, 10 minutes should be enough. Use AI to help you. And
Can I ask
that's
you a
it.
question before we go to the?
Yeah, please.
So actually, it was by accident, I guess, but I have 2 LinkedIn accounts with 2 different emails. Is it a good thing, or is it going to, be something, that will hurt me in the long run?
Well, to answer this briefly, or can we also postpone it to after the presentation just to keep the flow going now, if that's okay? Yeah.
Sure.
And the other question, I will note it down, and the other question was about premium. Yeah. All right. Okay. So now, I really want you to go away with some, results here. So let's prepare the breakout rooms again. You will be in the same room with the same people. I think that's fine for now, because you have to work anyways. So, all right. Is everything clear? You know how to you're using AI and everything? Yeah. Okay, cool. So 10 minutes again. Bye for now. Welcome back again from the breakout rooms. Do we all have an about section now, or getting there, or roughly, or?
I actually changed mine in both languages, in French and English. So
Wow, see how efficient, and all this in 10 minutes, see?
hey,
Great.
it was the first attempt, but I had to get going and do something. So it forces me to go back and finish it.
Absolutely,
Well
yeah,
done.
great.
Hi,
Yeah,
Sonia. How are
absolutely.
you?
Amina,
I changed it
hi.
already, went ahead and scheduled 2 posts for next week, so they're so
Oh,
super productive.
even better. This is now the next topic, Annie. This is what we come to now, what to post on LinkedIn. So to get ideas and never run out of ideas. So again, use your friend AI, right, for your posts. Share your interpreting journey or a behind the scene look. Post industry tips or fun language facts. Share tools or strategies you use as an interpreter. Highlight client success stories or testimonial. And again, this is really great that we have AI now because you can chuck the idea into it. Again, give the prompts, write a LinkedIn post in a professional tone of voice, act as a marketing expert, and then it gives you a result, and then you can refine it. Please make it a bit shorter, and so on. Yeah, so this is super great. So your activity now is to write down. I have one. Look, Annie, you already scheduled two, you know. My task here for you is to write down one content idea that you will create a post about for next week, let's say. I give you 1 minute. Think about one idea. If you already have one, great. Write down more. You know, everything that comes out now in 1 minute.
1 hour, you said?
1
Minute.
minute. 1 minute. Let's see. Again, like 1 minute is going. The timer is on. One post idea or more. If you have more ideas here, write them down. Then you have a list for next week. Your journey. If you have already posted about it and it's weeks ago, post it again. You don't need to be afraid that people notice it, that you posted it twice. No, and it will be shown to different people as well. So you can repeat posts. So repurpose posts. All right, the timer is over. I hope you all have an idea that you wrote down at least for next week. And of course, then you can turn the post, which is a shorter version, into an article, the longer version. Here, you see post. Oh, sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, I'm paranoid now. Post, and then the article. And again, like, make your life simple. Use a post you have, tell ChatGPT, turn it into an article, refine it, and so on, and post it in 2 weeks. Yeah. So repurpose the topic for multiple formats. All right. Good so far? Okay. Then networking without being spammy or needy, sending connection requests. That's actually maybe easier than you think. So you just click on the connect button next to the name. And if it's a follow, by the way, if you're wondering, even if it says follow on the profile, you can go on the 3 dots next to the person's name or wherever it is, right? Or more. And then in the more drop-down menu, there will be the connect button as well. So don't only follow, also connect to the person or company. That's that. And either in the first step, you don't add a note, or less is more. Here, then the rule applies, less is more. Just like if it's another colleague, for example, hey, I see we are both in the interpreting world, would love to connect and share insights, or just would love to connect. But often it's even like for a colleague, just hit the connect button, without saying too much, we're all busy these days, and I've learned that actually the likelihood for somebody to respond positively to a connection request is higher if you don't even add a note. So apparently the statistics say. So either no note or very short and nothing yet that you sell anything, all right? Same with the company, but you can say here, I see that you host international events and I would love to connect or something like this. So, but really keep it really, really short. And then the first message then afterwards, once they connected, can be something like this here. This is for a colleague now, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
no, sorry, this is
problem,
for you. Yeah.
Sarah, the problem is when you have a lot of connections, you get a lot of posts, and LinkedIn is always reminding you about the discussion, even if you are not participating. So maybe we have also talk about the filter functions. Otherwise, you get overwhelmed.
Yeah, let's take it on as well for the questions afterwards. It's interesting. Okay, absolutely. But yeah, and for client acquisition now, search for international companies, connect with them. And it's usually, right, the HR department, communication departments, export department, that hire interpreters. I know it's often, for us, it's always like, how do I know who hires the interpreters? Well, for each company, it seems to be different, right? This is really our kind of maze we have to navigate. But a rough idea is HR, what I just said, basically export and so on. And you can always ask your way through, right? But first, establish a conversation and go a bit, soft on it. That's that. Let me just see here. Like that now. All right, and yeah. Sorry, my window here is so weird at the moment. Now I got it. That's about so networking meaning creating the connection with a potential company. Also, it's great. I do it myself, like post on and comment on colleagues' posts and so on. It's just ask yourself what is the most valuable use of your time. Maybe you can divide it, partially commenting on colleagues or connecting with colleagues, and then partially also companies, because you definitely also want to do client acquisition with companies, not only colleagues, to hope that a colleague will give you a job or anything, right? Which is totally valid, of course. Colleagues need colleagues to work with, but just to encourage you, also contact companies to find your own direct clients or agency or whatever. So contact them as well. All right, and the next, what could be like a routine to not be overwhelmed and to make it a habit. So here's a suggestion. So your LinkedIn weekly routine. Because for LinkedIn, like with all of the social media platforms, consistency is key. But LinkedIn, there's something special about it. On LinkedIn, you can actually post too often. Who would have known it? So for LinkedIn, it's really like, here I gave you the idea of post twice a week, share a post. And really the rule is even like no more than 3 per week, So 3 is already the maximum that one should post. Otherwise, the LinkedIn algorithm shows it to fewer people, so it goes down. So don't make yourself more work and then and get less visibility, right? So, and for a good habit, I think, tell yourself, okay, you post twice a week, so you create content like a post or an article or what have you, right? And this is the so-called pull marketing. You create content, attraction marketing, people, companies see you, come to you. And then push marketing is when you comment on companies, colleagues' posts or write messages. This is push because you go out, right? And so for example, you can, and this is like, again, 10 minutes, comment on 3 posts a day. Look, and only 2 times per week share a post. So even 10 minutes just for this. And then weekly send out 5 connection requests. Okay, this can be a bit more, this is just to give you an example to not be overwhelming. But again, like Michael just mentioned, like you also need to keep like an eye on if a person, a connection request messages you, right? This is why maybe you don't want to send out 20 a day either, right? What if all of them answer? Oops, you know? So 5 per week, but then consistent, you know, consistently. Yeah, take a screenshot if you like, and keep this routine for 30 days, because then it's certainly a habit of yours. Okay, good. Just checking the chat. All right. Any questions to this at the moment?
5 connection requests sound so little to me. So few.
Yeah, this is okay. This is again, yes, this can be more if you feel like you can keep track of if a person then direct messages you back, then please more. You know, just if it's like really quality kind of companies that, you know, really think like you want to also have a conversation with, then, you know, imagine like there are 50 weeks, 52 weeks in a year times 5, let's say even 50, you know, times 5, then it's a lot per year already. But yeah, the connection request, I think, is not a part of the algorithm I just mentioned, so it doesn't go down if you connect to more people. So don't worry about this. It's about posting and, you know, so it can be more,
and maybe
of
I have
course.
another tip. I see Annie, you have only your first name, I think. So I can't look you up if you are LinkedIn. And we're a professional group, so maybe it would be interesting to put your name or the name you use for the LinkedIn profile on it, so colleagues can find you and then get in touch with you if they have maybe an assignment or so. This would be
It's a good
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I
yeah, it's a
didn't pay
good
attention. That's a
networking tip
great
for
yeah. I see it quite often people put something, and I understand it for privacy reasons and so on, but if you want to get in contact with colleagues, maybe you have to put your the name on it, and maybe you have another name for your LinkedIn profile that would also be okay. So, but this is a good way to get
yeah,
to
absolutely.
network.
Great point, Mike. Like networking in a group like ours, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because maybe you remember, oh, this person said something,
Yeah,
and then you want
yeah.
to look them up. Absolutely. Yeah. Great value, Michael. Thank you. Okay, let's move on. I think that was I mean, I think now we can answer the questions I want to say. So what were the questions? First, premium. So is it worthwhile to have LinkedIn Premium? So like we language experts like to say, it depends. So how much are you using LinkedIn in the sense of from the premium features? From my point of view, if you're looking for interpreting clients, purely for interpreting clients, start with free, because you can connect to people, you can message them, you have your profile. So you get to do so much with the free version. With the premium version, you can have more so-called in-mails. It's a message to a person that you're not connected with, so the second or third degree connections. But you already have a certain number for the free version, I think 2 or something. And then in the premium, it goes up, right? Per month. But the question is, do you really do this? I mean, or isn't it already like enough for you to connect to people, wait for their connection, and then message them, you know? So a good value of LinkedIn Premium absolutely is LinkedIn Learning. That is their own video course library, and it's huge. And if you're looking for a specific video course, then okay, then it might be worth it because you might find it there. Does anybody know about LinkedIn Learning? Is it because when I learned about it a few years ago, I was really amazed. This is really like great value, and really for what you pay, it's peanuts really, because the value in there is great. But the thing is, again, you need to know what you're looking for, because you need to search what you're looking for. And for this, you need to know what you're looking for and find the specific video course, and then also watch it and implement it and so on, right? And with premium, you have all of the like analytics that you can use. Like if you're really like marketing expert, or want to become one, like really you would look into how many people viewed my profile, how many visitors, you know, all of this statistical data again. But if you're not using it, then I think with free, you're totally fine. The LinkedIn ads or they have the special ad platform there as well. But again, if you want to use all of this, great. So there are, of course, lots of features that are not in the free version. But as far as I can tell, for me looking for interpreting clients, I don't see the. So I have premium, but for my like coaching business more, and not for. And I still don't use the analyticals, not yet. I still have 8 months or so of the 12 months or so. Who knows? But LinkedIn Learning is great. Yeah, InMails I haven't even used yet. So, but LinkedIn Learning I have used. So for this already, it's great. Yeah. So that was about premium. I hope that was helpful. Was it Judy or she's still here actually? But I hope it was still useful. And then 2 profiles. Adal, there you are. Genau, I found you. Okay. So the question is for you actually. Let me ask you back. What do you think could be a benefit of having 2 profiles?
I mean, I didn't, apparently I did not create them intentionally. Somehow it came about. I don't know how it came. I don't remember that either. But the thing here is I'm trying to convey the same messages in both of them, but it is, of course, sometimes confusing for me which profile I'm connected with whom. And when I get, invites, it can be from either profile. And on my mobile, cell phone, I try to keep one. And the other one, I try to keep it on the computer. And I even I actually certified both of them, I believe, I think, and which is a good thing. However, I don't think it's making any great benefit, but I'm not sure. I need to be
Yeah.
in the
Well,
shoes of others when they are, searching for me, how they see it as well. I mean, for example, if one of you searches me and sees both of them, how they will feel about it, I don't know that part.
yeah, exactly. So
Um,
that's a really good point. So basically, from already when I hear you talk, I already see like you don't really know what the benefit is, and to be honest, I also think it's more work. From what you're telling me, it's more work for you,
It
and there's
is.
no benefit. So I would really say delete one of them if you already have lots of contacts on both of them and they're different contacts. I think there's a way you can merge them or take over the contacts from one account to the other. I would need to research it now myself as well, but I'm pretty sure it's possible. So maybe again ask our friend AI or just research it in the search engine how to do that. Yeah, but other than that, yeah, one
yeah.
profile, yeah, because you only offer one service, or maybe you have 2 different
Yes.
services. It might be worth thinking about, but even then, but
But I am only one. So.
yeah, so one profile, yeah, easy answer, simple answer, I would say. If anybody disagrees, let's hear it, yeah, or different points of views
I
are
would
great.
have 2 profiles if the things I'm offering are totally different. Let's say I have a hobby which becomes a little bit my second profession, like let's say building model trains or something like that, model airplanes. There's a total different audience than to say I'm an interpreter. So this
Right.
then it would
Right.
be
Yeah.
useful. Otherwise, no. Even if you would say, okay, I'm a translator and an interpreter, it's the same. It's linguist.
same.
Most of us are doing both stuff, and it's more important to know if you as interpreter are experienced, if you can simultaneous, consecutive, note taking, really as a professional, or are you a translator who does sometimes a little bit of consec, and that's this wouldn't be interesting for me to work with someone who
Something
never
that
worked
might
in a booth.
something that might be a good idea is to create a company page. I have one as well, and it's also you can see it when you search your profile and all of these drop down menus in there. It says somewhere company page, so you can create a company page and again have a banner, have a profile photo, because it's just like again it looks a bit bigger, to clients, and again it's like professional and so on, and you can post the same content. You maybe again like a bit with a time delay basically on your company page because this was always my problem. Like, okay, but shall I post the same thing on the company page or what? But yeah, make yourself easy, but just have a time delay, because people don't notice. Look how many people post on LinkedIn and the algorithm and so on. Nobody notices if you repurpose your posts, really. So company page, maybe you want to note it down if you want to research this. Yeah, and Michael, what was your question? You had one before as well.
Not really.
Too many
I was only wondering
contacts or
now
something?
if I have 2 profiles on LinkedIn, do I have to pay for the second one?
Oh no, if it's a different
Both
email,
if-
Erdal
okay.
said it's a different email. So
Okay.
huh. No, but you had something about keeping track with messaging.
Oh yeah, there was
or,
because I get a lot of emails now where there's a discussion between colleagues and I'm not really involved. It's a lot of stuff.
is it
So
a
I wouldn't
group
read. So
or
pardon?
yeah? Is it a group that you're
No,
talking
it's
about?
more like yeah, I don't have followers, but I'm networking with people, and then the group of people who are in this network becomes larger. So then I get all these discussions going on, and therefore it would be nice to know how to filter this.
By filtering, do you mean? Do you have a specific idea with like filter? Like, do you want to filter
What
it
we can say
or?
is if someone wants to talk directly to me,
Mhm.
then I would say, okay, filter this and all the other discussions going on between colleagues. I don't want to see them.
To be honest, I don't really understand. Maybe also somebody else understands. What do you mean by there are discussions going on between other colleagues? So there's direct messages, and this sounds like a group. You're in a group and you get
Yeah,
notifications.
the only thing I have no followers. I
Mhm.
only connected to people,
Yeah.
and then
But then you can
you
only
have
get direct messages if I
yeah, it's
think.
not really direct messages. No, there are also discussions between colleagues, and I get a notification as an email which says Anja is answering to Thomas.
I think I know what you mean now. It's in the notifications tab. It's like everything
Yes.
exactly like
Yeah.
number, also person X liked, even person's X's a person that's a post. I'm like, but where am I in there? It's just because I'm connected to
because
those two.
that's my
Yeah.
problem. I get all
So
this email and they are not for me. So
yeah. So first of all, then use an email address that's not your professional email address for clients, because to not be spammed. And also go into the settings of LinkedIn, and you can adjust it. Like, I'd only want to receive a
Settings,
weekly
okay, yeah.
digest or something, or switch it off completely. For example, I don't get any emails because I go onto LinkedIn and check what's going on, because I don't want, again, like you, I don't
that's
want the
what I
emails.
wanted to have,
Yeah.
because these are all really not interesting information
Yeah.
for people who are involved, yes, but not they don't concern me. So
Yeah, absolutely. This is all a competition about attention. So really
I
switch off
know.
any notification, guys, that you don't want. Use a different
Cognitive
email
overload.
address. And there's always a setting. You can always switch it off, even like there now in LinkedIn, in the setting. Like you can set up how many emails you want to get and what from. Like so absolutely be valuable with your, appreciate your attention and whom you want to give it to. Absolutely, yeah.
But I'm confused a little bit with what Michael says about receiving those alerts, let me say, because if you are not following anyone, or if anyone is not following you, there should be nothing that you receive. But apparently some people are following you.
Yeah, or connected. It's either follow or connect.
Yeah, connected, and
Connected.
not following. Because
Yeah.
following I find a little bit stupid. Like
it's connection.
I get following for a politician. I never asked for it, so strange. So
Yeah. All right, thank you. So let's move on. What are your next steps now? So you have made the amazing, you've already made amazing progress today, updated your headline, profile, picture, banner, your about section, have ideas for content now for next week. That's great. And now imagine having a clear strategy to find fantastic clients and build the freelance lifestyle that you truly love. And if you want to dive deeper, this is what I help interpreters with in my one-to-one coaching program. It's very personalized, and yeah, if it resonates with you, you can have a free strategy call, so you don't have to decide anything now, of course. Whoever is interested, if at all, can just book a call with me here in the calendar link, where we will like also look at your profile on LinkedIn specifically and where you are at, and already work out a clear strategy in that call, and also establish whether I could help you at all or not, because I don't want to offer anything I cannot help with, of course. And that's that. And because you stayed till the end, I have some bonus tips for you as well. And of course, if you have any questions, you can ask. But the bonus is, if you're still thinking maybe about any questions you have. So I started this already. Great transition, Michael. Thank you. Because of the attention topic again. So where attention goes, energy flows. So think about, this is about like the part of helping you establish the freelance lifestyle that you truly love. Not only you won't be freelance and work, but then you have a second hamster wheel or a second rat race for yourself, right? No, you want to have a life where you have peace of mind, relaxed, serene, and so on. So have a daily exercise to reflect on, what were you thinking about? Where did your thoughts go? And really like take a step back and realize maybe where they were negative, and then maybe even catastrophizing, and just for reflecting exercise for a couple of days, because it already does something with you to become aware, then you maybe start to become aware, like, oh, it's actually like I'm like 5 minutes now and I was just catastrophizing again, about this bad situation that happened with this client contact, or with this colleague contact, or I tried something on LinkedIn, it didn't work. So just remember, or not remember, reflect. What were you thinking about most of the day? And what did your thoughts focus on? Because, this is your energy, and energy means your thoughts make you feel something. So, and then you were angry and annoyed, but these were because of your thoughts. So, I don't want to say it's so easy to stop it and so on, but this is a start. Become aware of it and just realize that this is what makes you feel bad or stressed and hustle. You took on the stressful job, and now you're feeling bad and blame the client or colleague. But, you are interacting with them as well. So think about what you're thinking. Are you just blaming others, or where could you have taken control? How can you make yourself feel better? And again, but not like force it, because this won't work, because then you just resist and then it persists, So if you're already feeling bad, it's probably already like, okay, time to accept it, put the pen down, take a bath, with a bad feeling, and let it fade away, because it will pass. If you resist,
mean
it
it's
persists.
like having a log where you write every day, a diary where you say, what did I do today?
For example, yeah,
And
whatever
then you
works
read
for
it
you.
maybe a week later, you read it back, and then you just realize, okay, I'm too focused on the political situation or my financial situation or my relation problems, and maybe I
Yeah.
have to
And then also how you're thinking about it. Exactly.
yeah.
World politics is a total trigger
So a
for
diary would
feeling
be good.
bad. Yeah, journal, diary,
Or
exactly.
journal, yeah.
Because, and then you can start trying, although it won't happen right away. This is really after you have like become aware of it. But if you're already a bit more advanced in mindset work and so on, it will be a bit quicker, because then you can decide like, oh, do I want to worry about world politics now? Or if you just feel like it's dragging you down, because then it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the people in the world that are bad, that are in war. If you are now down and cannot work, it doesn't help them. So what helps them is if you feel good and maybe can donate something or do something active, But for this, you need to be good. It's really the saying, you can only help people when you are good. When you are yourself good, you cannot pour out of an empty cup. So, and this is what this is about. And enjoy your freelance lifestyle and interacting with clients. Maybe just like being like a client calls, like, oh gosh, how do I answer now? Like, again, it's okay to just let it pass, take a breath, and then call back 5 minutes later or something, like little tricks. Or answer quickly, say, can I call you back in 5 minutes? I'm just on a call or something. If you want to gather yourself, those kind of tricks. Because thoughts lead to feelings, feelings lead to actions, and actions lead to thoughts again, but often the actions are then often not so helpful or lead to another negative thought, and this is this whole negative spiral. So think about what you're thinking about and try to take slowly but surely charge of your thoughts. Try reframing it. Can you see anything positive in the situation? Because thoughts create your emotions. Okay, and last bonus here, do something that brings you joy. Really, just nothing freelance and related, having to make money with it, nothing like this. Really just something that nourishes your soul. If it's a hobby, music, exercise, meeting somebody that nourishes your soul, not drains your energy. This is very important. If you cannot distinguish yet, just do something on your own for now to be on the safe side, where okay, you cannot do anything wrong. This is fun, because again, this helps you fill your cup, and I repeat myself, same thing what I said before.
What
helps
you
you
can
feel the
do is
lifestyle.
buy an aquarium, sit in front of the aquarium and think, the fish could be me. He has no sorrow. And you become quite calm, I think.
Yeah, that's a good one. Very good. Yeah, I think what message the message I want to bring across. That's that. And other than that, yeah, thank you for joining me. You know where to find me. The link is in the chat. You will receive an email. And maybe the last announcement, next week we have client getting week in the Terps Practice Network. So you will get tasks there to do client acquisition next week via video and email. So just be prepared for that. And that's it. If you have any further questions or comments, let us know. All right. I think everybody is fine. Please, yeah.
Yes, there's many actions that we could do. And my problem, I already told you when we had chats together, is that sometimes I don't feel psychologically ready to commit to action. This is the thing. I tell myself, "Oh, what wonderful things to do. Yes, I'm going to do them," but then I don't do them.
And can you think of anything that's going on in your mind when you are thinking about today I could do it, but then you don't? Like what's going on? What thoughts? Again, thoughts, like reflect.
For instance, writing posts on Instagram, not on Instagram, on LinkedIn. Well, what do I write? What do I write about? It needs to be relevant, interesting. It's not just to say what a wonderful day I had in the booth today. No, it needs to be something. And I have one colleague in particular. She does beautiful posts, always interesting on terminology sometimes, or sometimes on other subjects. She always finds things to write, and she writes in a very very nice style. It's very pleasant to read. It's very relaxed style, and so every time I sit down and think, okay, now I need to write something. Oh, what should I write? Nothing comes
Well,
up.
this is a classic case of comparisitis.
Yes, also.
So when again, this is good exercise for you. Reflect on your thoughts, because when you do this, stop it. Also become aware and stop it. It doesn't matter what great posts this colleague writes. It's about you, and maybe the algorithm doesn't even show it to the same people. It's about you, and that you put something out. Everything is better than nothing. So you don't have to have as a great post as somebody else or whatever. And again, use AI. Have you written down an idea
Yes,
earlier?
I'll try to write to ask ChatGPT, because I have, for instance, I have a typical example. A couple of days ago, a colleague with whom I'm working on a big trial which is going on, we took a selfie in front of the courthouse, and she said, "Okay, now do a post, and then the day after, oh, did you do the post? And not yet. I don't know what to write." And
A good
honestly,
thing is that you could ask yourself, here's about thinking about whom are you posting for. Imagine you're, for example, posting for an interpreting client. What could be interesting or of value to an interpreting client about this gig? and take one angle, just one piece, and take this into ChatGPT, and you can tell ChatGPT also, make it of value for a potential interpreting client and see what it comes up with, because you can always then refine. Oh no, I don't like it. Find something else.
Yes, maybe ChatGPT could help me rephrase completely my ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe this can help. So think about like just pick one tiny thing of the day, of the gig or whatever, but with your interpreting client in mind, the potential one that you want to work for, your ideal one, and of course then it's your profile. It's about you. Focus more on the value you brought and so on, or what you learned, but something like an angle, that is of interest to a potential interpreting client. Maybe that helps. Whom are you posting for?
Yeah. I don't
And
know.
again, like and this overwhelm, just start one this week. Then you already started. It's usually the start that's the most difficult, because once you started, next week you will think, I need one more post this week, because otherwise there will be too long of a stretch. So start one post, and it doesn't have to be long either. You don't have to start with an article.
Yes, but it has to be meaningful, Even Ucha, for instance, she writes posts about
Again,
terminology.
stop. No comparison. Just think about your life as an interpreter. You are unique. You are your USP. Just don't compare. You will get there. Look, this is just stopping you. This is why. If you'd never do anything, you will never get there, and this other person just gets more and more practice, and gets better and better. So it will just become worse.
Can I
Sonia?
say something?
Sonia, please.
Lavinia, you're out there given to a community. You don't have to compare yourself to anyone. You are so so unique and so giving. You sit there as our mama Terp every, Thursday, give your time to others. You do not need to compare to anyone.
Post about that, exactly.
Seriously,
Yeah.
you're somebody I look up to.
No,
don't worry about what other people think
I
or
get
do.
goosebumps.
Yeah, I know. Because that's also I had to intervene. I mean, of all the people, not you. No, you are way.
It's not that I'm. It's not that I'm underestimating
person to someone else.
But for instance, this call, you said that we should write posts that are more client oriented, and the posts she writes are not really client oriented, because mostly they're on about legal terminology, because she's also working as a legal interpreter, but they showcase her knowledge, which is also very important. And I would like to find yes, as you said, Sonia, my own thing about my own way of doing those posts on LinkedIn, my own trend, because her trend is terminology and sometimes even other subjects.
But I think it's also perfectionistic here. You don't have to have it all figured out now. Your style will come over time, and you are allowed to change it. You can talk about the interpreting at a court and having the brightest fashion, or talk about fashion of people. You have so much knowledge about that, but connect it, like really.
But then you look at your technical setup. You have like basically booth conditions. You have the sound panels. You have a great microphone. You have all that. That is client oriented. You can talk about your technical setup for RSI. I mean, gee whiz, you look like you have a music studio in the back there.
And this is just my
Alicia,
Terp cave.
yeah.
I was just going to say real quick, please, for a second. Lavinia, I've never had the pleasure of working with you or meeting you or anything, but the first impression that I got when you were on screen is that you look super pro. So whatever you're interested in writing, I want to read. I mean, why not? You look super cool right there. So send it to me, read it.
And I'm super cool. No, but this is just theater, In reality, it's just
Lavinia, behind me is also an old screen which I used to for the dia shows for the holiday, and it's only a white stuff, but with this overlay with my name here, it's so professional. And you with your microphone and the background, nobody knows what that's in your
that it's just theater,
Uh,
because this is a cheap
at
30
home.
euro
Yeah,
Chinese
doesn't
microphone.
doesn't mind.
This is a threefold. This is a threefold
People
partition
don't see
screen.
it.
Let's
where
let's all
hundreds
send Lavinia a heart. Come on, can you find the
Which
can you find the
doesn't
heart
matter at all.
emoji? Because
No, it's very
Lavinia needs
professional.
some more self-worth. Come on here,
Oh,
Lavinia,
thank
we
you.
love you all. Come on.
Well,
So where is
Let's
it?
have
anyway,
a
How did you do
support
it?
session
Ah,
and
here.
make a
Ah,
content plan for
oh.
Lavinia, because we all have ideas that she
Yeah,
appreciates.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. And because
Well,
you're
you know,
downplaying yourself, like
I know I'm a good interpreter, and I'm not doubting myself. I'm not second guessing myself. But the thing is, sometimes I'm out of ideas on how to attract clients, because once they see how I work, I'm persuaded that they will call me again. But how do I show that to
Annie
my
wanted to say something, I think, as well. Yeah.
yeah.
Lavinia, if
Annie?
you compare
Yeah.
yourself to others who you think are better, they aren't necessarily better. How should one who's recently starting feel? They
Yeah.
have no way of comparing to anyone who has less experience. You have lots of experience, you have done lots. You don't need to compare to anything better or
Yeah.
worse. Just be yourself.
You see,
Yeah.
it's odd. Like, you all thought I was comparing myself, or maybe thinking that I'm not at the same level as other interpreters, and that's so weird, because from what I said, I didn't know. I didn't really mean that, because I know my value, I know my worth, I know I'm a good interpreter. The only thing I'm comparing myself unfavorably with is the capacity to attract jobs, the capacity, because I see other interpreters that are working like crazy, and I am stuck there on trials. Okay, it's nice, but it's not like being in the booth, which yes, okay, I like both, to be honest, but
Yeah.
I
But
would love to
Annie
have,
also wants
yeah.
to say something to you, I think.
Go
I
on,
wanted to
go
say
on.
that we can get together and make a content plan for you, because
No,
I'm sure you have a lot to tell. And when you compare yourself as a marketer, I'm sure you don't compare yourself as an interpreter to others, but when you compare yourself as a self-marketer,
yeah,
you can switch that approach and take that as inspiration. You see that someone writes about something, and I'm sure you have a lot of ideas at that moment, that this makes me think about this and that and that. Write that down at that very moment and turn that into a content plan.
oh, save it for
And again,
later and try
yeah.
to, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, totally. And yeah, exchange contact details to come up with the content plan. Absolutely. But always already talking about doubting what to write. This is a content idea. Like this is was what I said earlier. Show your journey. Be authentic. Say that you had fear about posting, but now you're going out there, and we interpreters are not used to marketing or whatever, you know. So turn this around as well as actually your source of inspiration. Because everything you have
Right, also about that,
mentioned,
yes.
yeah. So again, like this is what I mean also by reflecting your thoughts, and then you can turn them around, reframing them, use them for your advantage, and not now like this is what you should as a journal. Like, how much energy do you put on thinking about this, and rather actually talking yourself out of it? Oh yeah, my equipment is cheap and it's just theater. Oh yeah, but I don't have this good legal terminology I can write about. You're talking yourself out of it. Become aware and talk yourself into it. You know? This was one post this week with ChatGPT, and post it. You can
Okay.
don't be if afterwards whatever I don't know something, you can always delete it. There's no harm. Just post something. It can, and regarding the better marketers, like Annie worded very well, there will always be people that are better at this or at that marketing. Now the posts, it doesn't matter. You only need to attract one client.
The right client, yes.
Yeah. If you're and if you're 3 steps ahead of somebody else, and the third person is 7 steps ahead, so what? You can already help this person as well, the one that you are 3 steps ahead from. So.
Wow,
Yeah.
yes, what a great inspiration. I will try to use all of this.
Yeah,
Use all of this
alright.
energy, all of this advice that you
Yeah.
sent my way.
And it's 2 hours now, really. I just saw Michael's message as well. Yeah,
Oh my
absolutely.
God,
So
and
have
I
a great
haven't
evening,
eaten yet.
everybody. Yeah, enjoy your meal and see you next Wednesday and tomorrow, perhaps with Antonio practicing interpreting. All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Ciao.
Bye.